Welcome, Hoardlings, to another Game Hoarder production. I am proud to present to you Might and Magic 3, starring Korak the Mysterious. Also starring Sheltum, the Guardian of Terra, nemesis of the Ancients. And introducing a party of adventurers to explore the surrounding environs. But first, our epic intro.
I am Sheltum, Guardian of Terra. Twice now you have defeated my test, thinking yourself worthy of invading my world. Walk carefully then through this third challenge, and take heed your final decision is truly what you desire. For the course of destiny cannot be turned once set in motion. Until our next meeting, mortals.
We will follow up this intro with, of course, a written intro by the Game Hoarder to reintroduce our characters back into the new world of Might and Magic 3, the Isles of Terra. Stay tuned for that. Oh, shit! I, of course, own the physical copy of this, so it is in my right to have a cracked executable file. I've already made our party, obviously. In case you're wondering what Sheltum was saying during the intro, it's super hard to hear, so I'll read it to you. I am Sheltum, Guardian of Terra. Twice now you have defeated my test, thinking yourself worthy of invading my world. Walk carefully then through this third challenge and take heed your final decision is truly what you desire. For the course of destiny cannot be turned once set in motion. Until our next meeting, mortals. And now, on to our intro. Sheltum had once again been defeated, but not destroyed. Lug-Lug looked over to the other party members, and in that moment he realized they had breached on the power of gods. The Titan's pike magic coursed through Lug-Lug's veins, and he hefted its weight against his shoulder. To his left, Trog the Knight sheathed his photon blade, and looked up to the fearless barbarian, a knowing look that their job was not yet finished. To the right, Lo Wang seemed to be meditating, his magical scale armor reflecting the light and shadows that danced around the tavern in Atlantium. Viper and Clot both still held each other in a victorious hug, tears streaming down Clot's face. Yet Viper's held the strong visage of determination. She knew of what was still to come. In a darkened corner, alone, sat Ronstock the Wizard. His power had grown immensely while he was here in Kron. Even now a dark red energy could be seen pulsating through his body, as if his blood was the very essence of magic itself. Without warning, the ground trembled. The other patrons of the tavern gasped, and the wenches grabbed nearby mugs and plates before they could shatter on the floor. A bright light penetrated the windows, and the sounds of outside were enveloped by a deep hum that resonated throughout the city. The pale blue light reached inward, crawling quickly across the walls, and soon Lug-Lug could see nothing else. The light wrapped him in its embrace, and he closed his eyes for a time unknown. Time passed. More time passed. Even more time passed. And then Lug-Lug's eyes slowly opened. The light was so bright it felt like he had been asleep for weeks. He slowly sat up, rubbing his eyes. And when his vision returned, he knew he was no longer where he once was. The sights and sounds of Atlantium were no more. Around him, all his companions started to rise up, all seemingly recovering from the same stasis-like sleep that Lug-Lug himself encountered.
My sword! Where is it?
Trog snarled. It was true for them all. Their belongings were gone. Furthermore, the strength that once pulsated through Lug-Lug's arms had subsided. He somehow felt utterly and pitifully mortal once again. The teleportation from one world to the next had stripped them of all their attributes earned in Kron. "Where's Lo Wang?" Clot asked.
He's not here,"
a deep voice from a dark corner of the room stated. Out from the shadow, a man in dark clothes appeared. His skin, the color of smooth ebony. "I am called Onyx. I am an apprentice of Lo Wang, who has sent me here to help guide you in this land." "Then I ask again, where is Lo Wang?" Clot's voice tightened, and her face turned stern.
"He has been called back to his world by our master,
the one only known as GH. His training as a master of Shadow Warrior arts is not yet complete. He is on a quest to retrieve an ancient trinket from a place known as the Temple of Longing. As I said before, I am here in this place."
"Where is this place?"
Lug-Lug asked. "This, my newfound friends, is Fountainhead. Welcome." The party gathered themselves, now stripped bare except for some basic equipment Onyx had given them and a sack of gold. They walked downstairs to the noisy main room of the inn, known as the 40 Winks.
"I felt like I got 40 weeks of 40 winks,"
Lug-Lug said aloud, still a bit groggy from his teleportation slumber. A tall, pale man wearing a green jerkin over a purple shirt stood writing unrealistically quick in a book, flipping pages, jotting something and flipping to the next. Behind him a wall of keys hung, copper, silver, and gold, all for different quality rooms of the inn. Onyx placed a copper key on the counter to return it to the innkeep. A giant rat stood at the base of the counter, blinking innocently up at Lug-Lug. Next to it, a sign read, "No pets."
"Guess you have to leave, Trog."
Lug-Lug snickered.
"Brah!"
Trog snorted back. "You are now in the land of Terra," Onyx explained. "We have much to do, so let's get started." Alrighty, folks. Here we are with some Might and Magic 3, Isles of Terra. Very excited to finally start this journey with you all. I have, of course, pre-made our party. So let's take a look. Make sure we get our audio levels good here. Don't want it to be too overpowering. That should be good. So welcome to Fountainhead in the 40 Winks in the world of Might and Magic 3. Let's go over all the obvious different changes here. There are a lot. We have a much bigger window to play the game in, which is nice. Character portraits, different icons over here. This will soon be our map, our mini map. We can make ranged attacks. Combat here isn't real time, it's still turn-based, but you can see every monster that you're gonna fight. There is no more random pop-up encounters. There's also a set amount of enemies in certain regions, and they spawn from basically layers and caverns and different types of housing and whatever that you have to destroy in order to stop them from spawning. And also for buku bucks and experience. But we'll get into all that as we get into all that. Let's go over our party here. Returning, once again, the half-orc, Lug-Lug. Still evil, still half-orc, and still barbarian. You can see your stats here. Instead of me reading them aloud, you can just take a look-see. But we did end up with 20 might and endurance, which was big, obviously, for Lug-Lug. Accuracy and speed, also important. Since he's a half-orc, he starts with resistance against fire, cold, and electricity. No skills yet. We get awards in this game, which are cool. And our party gold is at 1470. I took the liberty of getting everyone pre-equipped with some basic equipment. We have food for 5 days. And Lug Lug is now wearing normal scale armor. After he had finally gotten some magical scale armor, he is back to normal scale armor.
That really sucks ass.
And also he has a shield, a hand axe, and a helm.
That really sucks ass too. Where's my Titan's pike?
Drog is also returning with us. The male neutral dwarven knight. 18 strength or might and 17 endurance. He's a dwarf, so he has a lot of poison resistance and small resistance against fire, cold, electricity, and energy. He also starts as an arms master and danger sense, and we'll go over all the different skills. Also returning, well, let's see here. They all have pretty basic equipment. Brass plate mail, shield, and cutlass. Viper, our female elven archer, has transitioned into the role of a ranger. She is now as deadly with a sword as she is with a bow. She has 7 resistance against everything. She also is a swimmer and a pathfinder. Clot, our female good cleric who was once human, has been shrunken down into the size of a gnome. She's okay with it though. She's used to these types of transformations, as are all the party members. She ended up with 20 personality. Good start for a cleric. 20 resistance against magic and a teeny tiny bit of resistance against the rest. Alright. See what else we got going on here. She has some scale and a cudgel. Viper has leather armor, a short bow, and a short sword. Also returning, of course, Ronstock, who is back to his evil elven ways as a sorcerer. You're actually limited to the amount of races and genders that you can do. For instance, when you pick a male human knight, that is gone. You can only make that one. So we had to go through some race changes, and I wanted to introduce, mix it up a little bit, not have a bunch of humans. Ronstock has 19 intelligence, and he is resistant against energy and magic. Padded armor and a dagger. And our new party member joining us is Onyx. He is also a ninja, like his mentor Lo Wang. And he is just as deadly. 18 accuracy, 16 endurance, 17 speed, 16 might. Some awesome resistances. He also is a swimmer and a thief. His thievery is already at 17. So here we are. The Mr. Wizard, in case you're interested, is basically a fail-safe. It's an option that strips you of experience and levels even, but it gets you out of a tight bind. Like say you're about to die and you absolutely have to use it. We will never use Mr. Wizard. We can now save our game anywhere we want. That is a huge change. So if I'm inside, outside, boom, I go to save, I get a save. However, it only saves on one location. So I may make some backups so we don't run into any sticky situation. We have our ability to cast magic here. We can quickly toggle between all of our magic users. And then we can select our spell that we want and have it on a quick cast. So quick cast first aid, quick cast elemental arrow. This is our sleep button, kick indoors. That's our dismiss button. And here's our journal. Korak's notes on Fountainhead.
In those days when Fountainhead was created, Morphos was summoned to be its protector. But the rat overlord captured him and locked him in a magical cell, allowing the moose rats to run free in the town, along with their allies that take the shape from the green ooze. Morphos must be freed to lift the curse of the ooze. Find Morphos, the protector of Fountainhead, and release him from his magical cell.
So we have our first quest already, and here's our awesome auto map with our coordinates. We are the X, of course. This is our time. Day 4 in the year 500, time 10:35 a.m. Time passes a bit strangely in this. And we have our overall stats as well. We have our temple here. Two robed figures stand motionless and silent as a hushed voice escapes from deep within a misting vat. Help you seek? We can heal, donate, uncurse here. Green ooze surges from the fountain's bowl. Ye faithful subjects of King Righteous, deliver the ultimate power orbs to Castle Whiteshield. There's no more solid that appears when you bounce into walls. Sadly. There's a monster behind the gate. As you can see, we can see the ooze and the moose rats. Cypher, the chart maker, looks up from the table littered with scrolls and ink. Would you like me to show you the ways of map making? I believe Ronstock was already a map maker. Ergon the Taskmaster. Much work could you do in a week? 50 gold is the wage. Labor for me, will ya? No, we don't want to waste a week of time doing hard labor. Zahab, keeper of the gold, sits behind a pile of coins, guarded by the mighty Myron. Welcome to my humble vaults. Can I help you? So this is a bank. You can hold golds and gems, and you actually get, I think, 1% interest on the gold you leave here. So you can make some money. We don't really have enough money to just leave at this particular juncture. So we'll be keeping our gold on hand for the time being. So basically, quick save is tab S. The call of adventure is a call to room. Return again by saying home. Oh, sorry, Rome. The call of adventure is a call to Rome. Return again by saying home. So there's these magic mirrors around the different towns that you can speak into. And You can say things that will get you cheat codes and tons of gold and gems and the elemental orbs that we need to win the game. And you can also say things like home, which I believe teleports us back here to Fountainhead. The tavern is closed. But Fenn's Fineries is open. A stubby warrior stands proudly by a gleaming treasure of weapons, armor, and general goods.
Exquisite, yes. Price is good. You browse.
Nothing else really to buy. I'd love to have some bows. Because the more bows we have, the more arrows we shoot out. Peggy the apprentice.
Friends, I am now a beggar, but I am short 50 gold for materials for my studies. If he helps me, I can give you a membership to Raven's Guild.
So he's now a Raven's Guild member, and yes, you have to pay per character to get them in the guild. I also just realized that I got guild membership for Onyx, and not Ronstock. Our magic users are these 3 in the rear, so we want them to have memberships. It's basically our magic membership. Bubble Man. So we get different facial expressions. If we get poisoned, you'll see him with a little poison symbol. You can see we're getting pretty beat up already. I believe our little chompy mouth vampire bat up here is also telling us that there's enemies near. It's like a danger sense. Come back during night hours. I haven't played this in so long. I believe that's the magic mirror. As soon as you leave the town, getting attacked.
rain-stringed pilgrim's wagon barely stands on its four wheels. Search inside. Friends, allow me to share with you my special creation. It is a magical elixir that is guaranteed to give you strength. For the battle, I ask a mere 100 gold for a bottle of liquid strength. Would you be interested in buying?
It was very rude to attack Onyx.
Gotta be careful at first. We have very low hit points, as you can see. His max is 5. He actually started with 1 hit point, and I had to re-roll him. So Gronstalk right back out. Retreat! Much easier to heal in this, and much cheaper. It's all based on your level. Another wagon. I am Sophina, pupil of the Mystic Eye. For 10 gold, I will consult the all-seeing eye and tell you of your fortune. Pay? Monsters of your barbarian ways guard the entrance to Castle Greywind. Your fight against them appears often in the visions of the future. To aid in your journey, Sophina the Seeress grants you the Wizard Eye for the remainder of the day. Yes, we have the Wizard Eye. You can also sidestep in this. Holy shit! Electric arrow. They can shoot back is the only bad thing. Acid arrow. The controls are a little wonky.
rain-streaked pilgrim's wagon barely stands on its four wheels. Search inside. The floor of the wagon is littered with bones and filthy stoneware, and the benches look to be set up as makeshift bunks. In one corner is a set of dented goblin's armor. Set the wagon aflame. Ashes and glowing embers rise into the air, floating on the waves of heat radiating from the burning wagon. You gain 2,500 experience. Lug found a great axe, and some gauntlets, a cloak, a ring, a whistle, and a partridge in a pear tree. So that will get rid of the goblins from being able to respawn. However, now we're being thwarted by orcs. Need big hits here, come on. A wall of stone rumbles open to reveal the glowing eyes of the Guardian. Do you wish to peruse all spells? So we have all the spells we can get for now, it looks like. Viper can get first aid. That might actually help. You can get spell info. And guild info. Raven's Guild was established in the year 209, shortly after the war with the Elementals. All prices are the lowest in all of Terra. Can't train yet. Time passes kind of strangely, as you can see. It's all of a sudden day 15. Learning spells, training, things like that will move the timer. Bronze, wooden, brass. These different items have different attributes depending on what kind of metal they are. A lot of it you get in the beginning has -1.
modifiers actually on it, like the wood and the bronze, I believe. So it helps a little, but... Green moss clings to the small stone wall. Drink from the well. Your defensive skill has been magically augmented. I like how we haven't rested yet. Yet all this time has passed. Ah! We lost a character already. This is what I get for trying to stay level 1. What I'm trying to do is get as many levels per training. What happens is when you go into the training room, I believe a week passes. But it only passes for going in there. So you can gain 6 levels at once, and the same amount of time passes for if you only gain 1 level. Okay, we have our augmented AC here. You can see our maximum is 5, but we're at 25. We're just trying to get lucky, more or less. Which we just did. Take them out! Ah, fuck, we lost again. We want to keep everyone alive. We do not need people dying this early. You stumbled upon an orc's outpost. There are maps and plans written, and indecipherable scratches and dried hides. Destroy it all. Splinters and wood chips fly as you hack the wagon and its contents to oblivion. The orcs will be forced to leave the area when they find their outpost destroyed, and order will once again be returned to Hidden Valley Ranch. Lug finds more shit and 5,000 gold. Now we're gonna return to town and train. Training works a bit differently in this as well. You don't have to go to Atlantium to get the full hit points. Now, you can only train in beginning towns for a certain amount of levels. I believe we can get to level 10 in this town, and then we have to go to the higher up towns to train higher levels. The ground shakes with the thunder of hooves as horsemen practice swordplay and mock cavalry campaigns. The master-at-arms yells above the clamor, "Do you seek training?" There you go, we just went up a few levels. Made it worth our while. We're all level 4 now. And as you can see, now it is day 21. A month has passed here at Fountainhead as the adventurers have regained some of their strength. But will it be enough? Bash that shit down! I love that our first aid only cost 1 spell point. Yeah, good thing we got strong before we came here. I need to check out that new equipment I got as well. See you later, Moose Rat. Leather armor. Awesome. You can actually equip up to 10 rings in this game, and different items. Like you can have belts, I think multiple amulets, up to 4 amulets. They all do different things. I'm gonna have to look them up because I'm not totally used to the system, but we don't have any new weapons yet. We got all this crazy extra armor. Leather armor.
trading is as easy as clicking the item and then the portrait of who you want to give it to. Hopefully I didn't just equip a bunch of curse shit. Kick it down! The drop is too great. You need a rope to climb down. Wanted, artifacts of good. Reward offered. See Prathos in Castle Whiteshield. Friends, I am building a shrine to the five forces and need ornaments to adorn its columns. Will you help me? It is said there are silver skulls scattered about this isles. Bring me 5 and be rewarded. So you can see our quest journal updated. Very cool to have a quest journal finally. Big battle. Start taking these moose rats out, we're gonna be in trouble. Uh-oh. We're poisoned. We probably shouldn't have come in here yet. There's too many moose rats! Ah! Yeah, that room's a little too hard for us. We'll leave that for later. We need rope to get down there. Check out these items. Let me pull up my item sheet. So the wooden cloak modifier is -3, so let's see here.
AC is... I'm blind. AC 9. If we equip the wooden cloak, AC actually goes down. So certain items are so bad that you don't want to equip them. So yeah, let's remove that. Let's check out brass and bronze. Brass is +3 to hit, -4 damage, -2 to AC. Bronze is -1 to AC. So, unbeknownst to me, I've actually made my armor class worse. It's 9. Let's unequip all this stuff. Oh, look at that. And by the way, this isn't like Bard's Tale. The higher the AC, the better. So yeah, actually all this stuff is junk. Trog's AC is 10. If we remove... They're just armor items unless they have like a suffix. Everything has basically a property that can be a prefix and a suffix in this. Just doing some testing here. 13. The glass ring did nothing. Glass. None. No property. So that glass ring is basically just... Oops, sorry. Toggling between 2 windows. So when you do that in this game, for some reason, it flickers. So yeah, we want to just sell all that crap. Check that out. Bronze is +2 to hit, but -2 to damage. Might as well just get gold for it. Leather is really terrible as a weapon. Leather is -4 to hit, -6 damage, and does nothing for armor. So it's just leather armor. It's a bunch of junk. Hidden Valley is a safer place now. Tell us Trog's future. Even the toughest knights of legend fell before the Dragon Lord. Much honor will be bestowed upon the hero who fells that beast. Thank you for the wizard eye.
We won't be able to travel through mountains and forest until we get the Pathfinder and Mountaineer skill for at least 2 of our characters. Our Ranger already has Pathfinder, but we're going to need it for someone else. Those are in a different city. So we can't get through that. How dare you knock Ronstock unconscious? We need to go get better spells. Now we're talking. We want all the spells we can afford. It's nice that we can buy all the spells from one place. Just create a rope. That will get us down the hole, I believe. Don't need to go too crazy on Viper. We'll save those others for now. Alright folks, that wraps it up for our first episode of Might and Magic 3 Isles of Terra. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the Let's Play so far. If you haven't checked out the Bard's Tale remaster I've been doing, go ahead and check that out. That's really cool. And also, stay tuned for some more Might and Magic 2, the Japanese Famicom version, soon to come. Thank you.